Welcome to the Game Changer 00100 show. I'm your host, Game Changer. And today I'm going to talk about I don't know what you want to call foxsoul, a newsreel or whatever. It seems like someone just backed a couple of C and B list actors and actresses to rally together and make whatever foxsoul is. Now, much like everything that Black people make nowadays, it's a pander box for Black women, you know, like BET or the Oprah Winfrey Network, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. They feel that they watch the most TV and media and they spend the highest percentage of their income and debt. So everybody wants to pander to this market in the Black community. If it's Black, it's Black women for that reason. They want to extract the wealth from them. Now, before I get started, let me shout out the people here. Why not? Let's see. Sweet Melody Speaks, the Mac the Trucker, Wash Gamer. Salute to you all. Salute to you all. So let me just see. Looks like got somebody on my mind. Let's see. Why Not says, please point out how they had a guy on they're spewing homophobic rhetoric by constantly calling a Black man a sissy. Use their words and tactics against them. Well, it's actually more ironic than that. I'm definitely going to get into that. Let's see. Black men are the most disrespected and attacked people in America. I'm trying to think of another group, but yeah, I think you're onto something there. As far as verbally and maybe even physically, maybe use their words against them. All right. So D. Scott, salute. Candace, salute. And number 16, salute. All right. All right. Give me a moment. Let's get some more people in before I get started. And then we will make it happen. All right. Actually, I'm going to change the title to this because they're not actually, you know, doing that per se. They're not the ones who created the petition. So I'm going to change the title. All right. So Deacon Dave, salute. All right. So let's get it started. Let me do a share screen, and I'm going to try to do it to where the person you are looking at is the person that is talking at the time they are saying it. All right, the Mac the Trucker, salute. Demetrius, salute. All right, let me remove this banner and get into it. All right, fair use, people, fair use.
Okay, listen, we gotta talk about this story. Kevin Samuels, people have signed a petition to remove the brutally honest relationship guru from YouTube and social media. Now, the petition states, with the rise in violence against women, specifically African-American women, YouTuber Kevin Samuels has galvanized a community of men of all races and nationalities.
Now, I want to stop right there. And people, you know, I've went over this petition before on different shows, and is there a rise in violence against women? Like, here's the thing about violence. Unless there's a catalyst, you know, like this recent spike in Asian violence, I believe that the catalyst might be, you know, the beer virus and something, you know, and ignorant people blaming them. Who knows? Who knows? You know, I'm not really, I don't have people in my circle that do crap like that. So I don't know what's motivating this. But for whatever reason, there is a rise in that particular realm. But outside of that, unless there's a catalyst, it generally don't rise. What it do is it fluctuates. And fluctuation means that it's a series of rise and fall. You know, like just say if a person's grades fluctuate, one day they have, or, you know, one report card, they have a 3.5, the next one they have a 3.55, and the next one they have a 3.4. It's just a subtle fluctuation, but generally speaking, it's around 3.5. But they can say at any time, because of that fluctuation, that there is a rise. My GPA is on the rise because you know, one semester it was 3.5 and this one is 3.55. So it's one of those things that anybody can say at any time. There is a rise of something unless something is on a constant decline. So it's clever wordplay, but that's all it is. There isn't like a new rise, like major rise. There isn't a new catalyst of, you know, just Ike Turners out there. There isn't.
Nationalities and the outspoken hatred of women. As of now, the petition has over 5,000 signatures. What are your thoughts on this story?
You know, I'm one of those people. I'm so anti-Kevin Samuels.
All right, so he's one of those people that's so anti-Kevin Samuels. Let's switch to him. This is the person talking as of right now.
I'm anti the stupid ass black women that call him, the broken ass black women that call him, wanting him to tell them whatever it is they're looking for. I don't know, but being somebody who has sat in the commentary space for over 11 years now, I've got to be careful with this story.
What is the commentary space? What is, I've sat in the commentary space. What is that? He is. He is. He'll admit later that he is a man that likes men. And this is a part of a larger show, which I've watched, which I listened to at the gym. And yeah, he's openly jihad. So yeah, that's his lifestyle.
In terms of silencing people, you know, I'm very big on turn the channel, right? If you don't like it, turn the channel. Nobody's making you watch it. Now, you did say something interesting about him galvanizing men, you know, under the camaraderie of hatred for women.
Is that what he's doing? Because I'm not really into his analytics like that, but it does seem as though he is, that he has a large female base. And also he's promoting marriage. So I don't know if he's galvanizing them under hatred of women. This is weird that this is the conclusion that they come across. I mean, like many of his shows, women call with a distorted view of reality. And they are suffering the consequences of this distorted view of reality. This distorted view of reality comes in many form, like, you know, because I make this amount, I deserve a man that makes this amount. That's distorted because your woman's value to a man is not the same as a man's value to a woman. So that's a distorted view of reality. They realized the hard way, you know, and there's no real polite way to say such things. Another is a woman who is overweight and just generally speaking unattractive by everybody's measurement of the word, demanding the same men that attractive women want, which is highly unlikely. And this is also, there's no real polite way to say something like that. So basically he's breaking the delusions. And the men who are affected by these delusions, because, you know, this is our mating pool and, you know, we bathe in it. So, you know, watch, because they're like, hey, he's cleaning the pool. Or he's telling the owners of the pool to clean it. Either way, progress is being made. And that's why those who enjoy it, like myself, watch his show. From that, they conclude that this is hatred of women. Very weird.
That's problematic. And if that is what indeed is going on, then maybe something needs to happen. But it really, in my opinion, as far as I'm concerned, it really just felt like a bunch of hurt feelings and people just really want him to shut up. And I say turn the channel.
What do you think?
You know what? I got his freedom of speech, his rights. The thing that makes me uncomfortable is that he is using African-American female.
Okay, right quick, before this dude start to talk. This is not me Fortunately for me, and this isn't a shot at his looks, but I am more comfortable in the way I look than him. The reason why I'm pointing out that this is not me, because he has a dress pattern that's somewhat similar to mine, although not really. And he's a light-skinned dude with glasses, which for whatever reason, people think that I am both light-skinned and I wear glasses. And they know that I wear sweater vests, but he's not wearing a sweater vest. And I don't dress like that. But people might think that this is me. Like, you know, on the weekends, I come like this dude. I don't. People who come to my movie nights and people who have seen me know that I look nothing like this dude. Fortunately for me. Yeah, just needed to point that out. Disclaimer. All right, let me continue.
I gotta agree with Funky on this. We can't be mad at that man on his freedom of speech, his rights. The thing that makes me uncomfortable is that he is using African American females as his canvas to galvanize conversation and to belittle them and to attack them.
Now, he's really not. These are women who are calling for help, and he's helping them. Like, where is the belittling of somebody? It's not really belittling. If you are the person that measures a midget, say you are a tailor for midgets, and then a midget comes in and says, hey, what's my size? What is my measurements so I can get a suit? And you measure this person, this little person, and turns out that they are, I don't know what 3'13", and you're like, okay, you're 3'13". Did you belittle him? When you're like, this is the size that you need. This is the size suit that you need according to, did you belittle that person, or did you just tell them that this is the size you are? Don't shop in like Matumbo's sector. Don't shop in the big and tall store. This is your size. These clothes won't fit you. These clothes will. That's not belittling. This is what you need. This is what you need for a happy life. I wear 10.5 shoes. Now, because there was a period of time when, you know, people associated shoe size with other sizes, I would like to go into a store and just, you know, like, hey, just call me a 12. Just say that I am a size 12, 14, or whatever. But do they belittle me by telling me, like, this is the shoe that you're comfortable in? No, it's not belittling. What he's doing is not belittling.
But at the same time, we got to separate freedom of speech from the content. I'm sorry. I don't think any of us would want to be censored in that way, ever. So in this case, I'm like Funky. We have to separate who he's using and his content from his rights.
I agree. We are all in agreement on that.
He wants to separate his content from his rights. So what he's trying to do is he's trying to take, you know, a protected class, and in this case, Black women, a protected class, and saying that this particular protected freedom of speech does not extend to the point where you could speak ill against a protected class. But there's two things wrong with that. One, the definition of speaking against something is fluid in this case. No pun intended. It's fluid in this case. Because he's not really speaking against them. It's tough love. And secondly, well, yeah, actually the first and second thing kind of overlap. So I'm not even going to say that because, you know, yeah, not even going to do that. All right. So let's continue.
I am not a huge fan of his, but I have listened to a few shows, and he makes, the thing is, he's articulate, so he makes some valid points, but a broken clock is right twice a day as well. And it is, right? And so, who is calling my phone?
That is not funny. A broken clock is right twice a day. That's not funny. That did not warrant laughter because it's an old cliched phrase. And is he really only right twice a day? And it depends on like how right he is, because like say he's right throughout his entire broadcast. And then he has 2 broadcasts a day. So it's like, yeah, that's pretty right. Unless he just turns off the camera and he's wrong the other like 20 hours a day, he's a pretty right person. Or better yet, can you articulate how he's wrong? Let's continue.
So I hate that the women that call in get dragged. They become his sound bite. You know what I mean? Like that's what he does. But we are messing with a slippery slope if we start saying we don't like what he has to say, cancel him. Because first it's Kevin Samuels, then it's going to be TGIF, and then
by TGIF, she's talking about her show. So she's like, yeah, I don't like what he has to say, but if they cancel him, they might cancel me. So let's not cancel him for that reason.
That's why I'm highly against cancel culture. And even if I like the person or don't like him, we have the right to support it or don't give him the clicks. And eventually, when the money dries up and the sponsorship, he'll stop doing it. He'll find a new thing.
And here's the other thing, right? We got to understand. Black women have so much power.
I want y'all to listen to this. And this is how people see Black women because of their collective thought and everything like that. But take a listen. And this is why they are a extraordinarily pandered to community.
Black women have so much power. Believe it or not, Black women are the ones that are giving him a platform because y'all are the ones calling the idiot. Like, if Black women would stop calling, he would have no one to talk to and belittle. Again.
So what he's suggesting is that Black women stop calling so he would not have a platform to stand on. He's still for the cancel culture. He's just against the petition to YouTube or what have you. And this happens with a lot of stuff. Basically, anything you do that does not meet a Black woman's agenda, the standard operating procedure, so to speak, is to, try to defund it and try to starve out that system. But that's not going to happen because these women need help and they are getting help. They need to hear this information. They're happier to hear this information. He has the same goal for them that they have for themselves. And that is, marriage, baby carriage, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. These guys don't. These guys want to fulfill a different goal that is not really helping Black women collectively. And that is the illusion of external validation. These foxsoul people are giving these women the illusion of external validation. What is the illusion of external validation? It's like getting an A in a course whose credits don't help you graduate. It looks good on your report card, but you are not any closer to graduation than you were before because this is not an accredited class. This is a class on zodiac zodiac readings, or, extrapolating the characteristics of human behavior through zodiac symbols. It's fine, and you got an A, but it's a useless A. It's so it's like that. It's just to feel good. But, when graduation comes and you don't walk across that stage, it's not going to feel so good then. And that's where these women are at. And they need real advice and real help. And that's what he offers them. And that's what he gives them. And you give them nothing, not even penis. All right.
Again, going back to my earlier conversation about wanting to get into the minds of racist white people, I really want to get into the spirit, soul, and bone marrow of the black woman that's like, oh, child, I need to call Kevin Samuels and talk to him about my BMI and my can't get a man in my career. Like, what the hell is wrong with you?
What's wrong with a person needing help? Is she supposed to not talk to somebody about it? See, people like this have a problem, and the person on the screen is the person that's talking. People like this have a problem with things that empower black men, or black women empowering black men in any way, shape, or form, and in this case, financially. So they're going to try to discourage it at all costs, even though this is a mutually beneficial relationship. They get the help they need, and he gets the views from the help that he gives. It's kind of like, for those who follow me, know that I like to watch ASMR videos. And there's one in particular, I think his name is Dr. Gabriel, who I watch. He's Italian, as in not Italian American. He's in Italy, and his clientele is Italian too. So he's very good at what he does. And I think as a marketing scheme, or maybe this is just his clientele, but he's a chiropractor, by the way. He brings in extraordinarily beautiful women. Now, it could be that, and I've never been, but it could mean that the baseline woman, like the average woman, in Italy is just extraordinarily beautiful, or he's in a place that has in Italy that has a high concentration of beautiful women, or, and this is what I suspect, of all the women who want his chiropractic services, he says to the more attractive ones, like, listen, I'll do it. However, in lieu of pay, instead of pay, what you can do is allow me to, break your back, so to speak, on my YouTube channel. And then I'll get the clicks and views because, because of the TNA, let's face it, it's going to attract more clicks and views. And you get a free back cracking, and everybody's happy. It's a win-win-win. I watch the show for free. She gets her back cracked for free, and he gets the money from the advertisers. It's a win-win-win that people like this try to interrupt. All right, let's continue.
Listen, I totally get it. They've been attacked. They've been villainized. They've been at the bottom of every list for a very, very long time. So
hold on to me.
Subconsciously believe that they got something wrong with them.
Well, they do. It's not subconscious. They consciously understand that something is wrong. If you're at the bottom of the list all the time, then something is wrong. It's not right to be at the bottom of the list. Listen, like if you go to the doctor and everything that they do is not right. Like your cholesterol is at the bottom of the list as far as, you know, health wise. I don't know how cholesterol is measured, but you know, as far as health wise, you know, they list like where you should be at your age, and you're at the bottom, combined with your blood pressure and your heart rate. Like if everything is wrong, then something is wrong. You know, that's what you talk to the doctor about. Why am I at the bottom of everything? But listen to his response.
So the reason why they listen is because they want to fix it quiet as it's kept.
Yes, they want to fix what's wrong. If something is wrong, you fix it. What's that sound my car is making? You fix it. I know somebody whose seatbelt is broke. And talking to him on the phone, you can hear the beeping in the background. You know, the beeping that warns you to put the seatbelt on. So if something, then you go to the mechanic and fix it. And if the mechanic says, I'll fix it for free as long as you let me show the car getting fixed, because I'm doing tutorials on how to fix seatbelts, you know, then that's a win-win-win. But he wants to hide the fact that you have a broken seatbelt. It's weird. All right, number 16. Thanks a lot. It says, basically saying you bitches are stupid. Well, it's trying to make them, they're saying that doesn't make that statement true. The smartest thing you can do as a woman, or really as anybody, is recognize a problem and seek help. Period. That is the smartest thing you can do. I gave the health analogy. I gave the mechanic analogy. Basically, anybody that has a service of any type, you know, like the chiropractic videos I like to watch, you know. I mean, yeah. I mean, actually, if y'all hear about me taking a trip to Vietnam, the reason for that is because there is a woman there, go by the name of Dr. Lucy, that I want to see. I've been dealing with a discomfort for quite some time, and I look at her and I see that she knows what she's doing with my particular discomforts. Okay, so somebody here is named, let's see, Toya the Tutor. That's another thing. I used to tutor math. It's nothing like these people needed help. They didn't need to feel like they were good at math at the time. They needed help. So these women understand that there's a problem. I need help with it. This guy appears to have the solution. And his advice to me is what's necessary, what they need to hear. But listen at this dude. Listen at this. See, I can't stand dudes like this because, you know, I'm a square dude as far as the manner in which I dress and stuff. And which, like I said, is similar to his, but he just don't get it right. You know, like the white buttons and shit. Like, he just makes square dudes look bad. Look at his face. What's with that expression? Anyway, let's continue.
When there ain't nothing to fix, you're beautiful, you're strong.
There ain't nothing to fix. There is something to fix if you're at the bottom of everything that you measure. If in every way you measure something, if somebody comes and says, look, I'm about to, in my tutoring days, if somebody came to me and said, look, I'm about to fail a class, I need your help, then something is wrong. Something is desperately wrong. Listen. Funny story, true story, right? I was on a job interview while in college, right? It was a job interview for so out here we have casinos. We have not necessarily casinos, but we have what's called card houses. And what a card house is it's a place where where people can gamble. However, because you can't necessarily have a casino in California unless it's on a reservation, you have to have a card house in its place where there's a bunch of rules and stipulations. Anyway, they need a third person to be there to make it not officially gambling. It's weird. It's weird how they explained it to me. Anyway, but it's perfectly legal. They just found a loophole to have blackjack houses in California, because Nevada is, they don't like that kind of stuff, because Nevada is where we're supposed to go to gamble. Anyway, so interviewed for a job with that, and there was this exotico. She had the big boobies and everything. You know, she was a bad older woman, and she, you know, looked at my resume, looked at my transcript and everything like that. And out of nowhere, in the middle of the interview, I kid you not, she said, "Can you help my son?" Right? And, you know, I was like, that's not really what I'm here interviewing for. Like, how you gonna just like ask me that, knowing I want the job and knowing you got big titties, you just gonna ask me for like a like something free? Like you asking for a freebie? Like, you know, if I like, you know, like I'm gonna agree to this and then I get the job, but then I have to go back and like pie gal and stuff, and I have to go back and do this extra thing, you know. I mean, to me, I kind of felt like if in a job interview, somebody was like, "Hey, could you help me with my laundry or something like that? Or could you wash my car?" Like, that's like the worst thing that they could do. And she told me her son's situation, right? And she was like, you know, he's struggling with algebra. You know, he just wanna play video games all day and stuff like that. And you know, he needs it to graduate. Now, as I remember, and at the time, hopefully the standard increased, but all a person needed to graduate high school was Algebra 1, which I think is like 7th grade math, algebra, geometry, and Algebra 2. Now, Americans really, ideally, a person should be done with that, you know, by the 10th grade. Those three, the basic requirements, they should be done with that by the 10th grade, and then move on to like pre-calculus and calculus and stuff like that, ideally. However, America has a problem, and that is all the people who are qualified to be math teachers are qualified for everything else. So they don't actually become math teachers. They become other people. They become data scientists and stuff like that. So so that was the requirement. So this dude was in the 11th grade, and she was like, I need, you know, he needs help. I seen the desperation in her tits. She was like, he needs help. What can you do? I was like, okay, you know, okay, so yeah, that's still the requirements. And I was like, okay, well, you know, fortunately he made it this far, and you know, I would have him take it in the summer, and then because he was in his junior year, he could take it in the summer. He could take it in the summer if he don't pass now, and even if he don't, you know, with help, he'll be able. And I didn't offer my help, but I said with help, he'll be able to finish Algebra 2 by his senior year. But if he's gonna go to college, then he really needs to step it up as far as his math goes, you know. Told her just like that, right? And then she said, well, you know, he something or other, but then it turns out that this dude was in Algebra 1. So I was like, oh crap, your son is, hey, listen, it's the middle of the semester. He's a junior. He's in Algebra 1, meaning that he has to pass it this time. In order to be, he must have failed it several times before. Like since junior high, he's been failing Algebra 1. And this is his junior year. So not only does he have to pass Algebra 1 now, and I told her this, not only does he have to pass Algebra 1 right now, he has to pass geometry in the summer, which is very hard to do if you find yourself in that predicament, you know, because like you've been failing Algebra 2 all this time, and you know, what's the chances you're gonna take an accelerated geometry course in the summer and pass, you know, and then take Algebra 2 his senior year and hope to pass that. I was like, man, you know, that is the dire situation That is the dire situation that a lot of these chicks that call Kevin Samuels are in. They're at the end of their rope, you know, and sometimes he has to say, like, look, your ass ain't gonna graduate. You know, like in life, you're not gonna graduate. You know, whatever you were doing before to lead you to this path. And in this young man's case, he was failing math a lot or playing a lot of video games or whatever led him to this path. Whatever led these women to this path, you know, if you're like 45 and you have to start working out in order to be physically fit enough to seduce a man, a valuable man, you're pretty much done. There is a cutoff point. There's a point where a person is done. It's not reasonable to assume that you're going to make it past this point. It's just not. And that's all he's saying. But he's like, but in this situation, this guy here, he wants them to say, oh no, you're fine just the way you are. You are not fine. This boy mama should have told him he wasn't fine in like the 8th grade. I was like, you just hit me with this now and you want him for free. You just hit me with this crap right now. Right now, you just decided to say, you know, what can I do? And that's just because you just happened upon it. You should have been looking for a tutor for him years ago. Don't procrastinate. Like, you should have been looking for a tutor for him years ago, and you're gonna hit just because one just happened to fall in your lap in the on a job interview. Get out of here. This dude. All right, let me continue. I'll straight off subject.
Everybody wants to be you. Man, if you don't like him.
No, this was when I was a student. His mom's not in tech. Like I say, I was looking for a job kind of like at a casino. It's complicated because you got to be in California and we have rules around this, and I wouldn't be like a blackjack dealer, but I would be monitoring the blackjack dealer, so to speak. So she was a supervisor of that. Nothing to do with tech. This was just the, you know, it was a job. It paid the bills. You know.
Stop looking at the channel. Stop supporting him because he definitely ain't getting these million views off of men. Right.
And to piggyback up.
So basically, they're just calling to cancel him without going through the contract means.
Of you, Al, I think a lot of women, it's in our DNA. I'm speaking as one. We think that we're different than everybody else. We'll call and be like, well, I'm not like them. He's going to sympathize with me, and then he's going to validate me when I tell him my story. And he's too sharp. He's sharp, he's smart, and he's quick. I will give him that. And he lays them out.
So now here comes the compliments. And she says this as like it's a bad thing. You know, it's a bad thing for him to be sharp, smart, and quick. And that's because it doesn't give her a thing to attack. She wants to attack this guy. However, she knows that she can't. She can't really attack his intelligence, you know, his wit, you know, or his mental quickness. She can't. Now, earlier she said that a broken clock is work. Excuse me. A broken clock works twice a day. A person who is smart, sharp, and quick is not a broken clock. Because it means that your brain is literally working like clockwork. So it's not broken. You want to continue to sell the illusion and delusion that has got these women failing in their relationship goals for their entire lives. You want to continue with that.
Every time they're not prepared to go against him because he's been doing his thing that he does for a very long time. And might I add, you're calling and seeking relationship advice from a twice divorced
sissy
man.
Oh gosh. I don't know why they bring up divorce like it's something that the man always fails at. Generally speaking, it's the woman, but I don't even want to get into that. So this dude called Kevin Samuels a sissy. Now, I'll be honest. Okay. Those of you, and I know it's regional, the definition of sissy, like how the word is used. But I remember I was shocked one day, right? Because my grandma used that word. Many people know that I was in the Boy Scouts. And one day, because my grandma still attends the church that sponsored the Boy Scout troop that I was in. So she knows the people's parents and some of the other Scout members. And we was talking, and as adults, and, you know, I was like, hey, what's up with such and such? And she'd give me the breakdown, and, you know, such and such is married, such and such went to this university, blah, 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 right? Then I asked about this one boy. And then she said he's a sissy. And I was like, wait, what? Because at the time, and maybe this is still true now, maybe she just, because she's from a different place in time, sissy meant can't fight. If a person was a sissy, it meant that they couldn't fight. Like that was a word. Like, you know, it would be equivalent to the word cur. Is somebody that's intimidated, you know, maybe kind of like a punk, somebody who's not really apt in defending themselves, is how the word was generally used. Now, of course, the two things aren't mutually exclusive, but they're not mutually inclusive. So that's why I looked at that word. But I'm like, how would a person's grandma, like, how would my grandma know if another dude can't defend himself? That's weird. And why would she just bring that up as the first thing that she said about him? Very strange to hear grandma talk like that. And then she was like, you know, no, he's not. And then she used the F word. I was like, oh, grandma, don't say that. You know, that's cold-blooded, you know. She was like, well, I seen him, you know, in San Francisco, you know, dressed like a woman and stuff. It's like, yeah, but, you know, that's, you know, people are just different, grandma. Don't do that, right? So we talked about that, and we're cool on that right now. But yeah, that was so. But their definition, back to the story. His definition is very bizarre. I'm not going to say what his definition is. It's very bizarre that he has this particular definition of the word sissy as a, you know, pejorative for homosexual. And I'll play it. It's weird. Fair use.
I'm a price divorce, legs crossed, fanny pack, Gucci wearing sissy. I said it. He's a sissy.
You hear this, dude?
A big one. He's a big sissy. Y'all running taking advice from a man that wear Gucci fanny packs strapped across his. Oh, shut up.
What you got on? You have a tuna colored t-shirt with a Fonzarelli jacket. This was very weird. When I heard this, I was like, this is the strangest thing ever. This is the strangest thing. It's going to get worse. It's going to get worse. This dude, something is up with, I don't know what's going on in this dude's brain. Hold on.
That sissy couldn't tell me the time. Claudia, go on to the next thing there. The lawyers keep calling us when we get off.
Y'all thought he was sick.
Do y'all think that Kevin Samuels?
Yeah.
So she was saying, she asked a question and she was interrupted, but she was asking the question, do y'all think Kevin Samuels, and he said, yeah, you know, in that tone that they have, that, you know, raspy, high-pitched falsetto that's supposed to be effeminate, but it's not really, you know, y'all know what I mean, that thing that they do, that sassy tone that they do, and he's saying, yeah. So he interrupts with that, but let's have a listen. Oh yeah, I didn't even look at that. So his name is Funky Diva. I'm telling you, this is strange. This is strange. So she says, "Do y'all think he like women?" Let's listen.
Yes, he's a sissy. He's a big sissy. A big one. A big one.
Do you think he likes women?
No, he does not. It's obvious that he doesn't. First of all,
and the other dude is laughing. The dude in the background is laughing like, hold on. Look at this dude. Where do they find these people? Why are you laughing? Why are you laughing at somebody's fashion? Everything is just wrong in this whole little snippet.
He hates
allegedly.
He hates. I ain't alleging nothing. He hates women because no man is this preoccupied with women's business.
What in the entire world? This dude is stupid. Like, he does not understand irony. You're involved in women's business. And first of all, men who like women have a vested interest in women's business. What the fuck are you interested in? Like, what's your stake in it? Like, I have a vested interest in women's business, especially as a younger. I know Kevin Simmons is older than me, but I'm just saying, like, you have a vested interest. If women like guys with purple shoes, you should be interested in that. So you will be the guy with purple shoes on, and you have you have that advantage. What's your interest? You have none. You have none. If I was born like you, I would not even think about it. I swear. Y'all think I like you? I don't. If I was born like this dude, I would not think about y'all ever. We have a reason to be interested in them because it's where we either place or want to place our penis. What's your interest? Who's an ass clown?
Okay, including my gay ass who sits and watch reality TV all day for a living. I'm not even that preoccupied with women and what they do. And
you watch reality TV all day and you say you're not preoccupied with them, and you on this woman's show, and you just said that you jihad calling the next man a sissy. And then you're going to make false claims, not allegedly, you're going to make false claims against a dude saying that the worst thing he could be is what you naturally is. You are a fucking clown. Isn't that the pot calling the kettle jihad? You stupid. You stupid. Where do they find people like this? That is just weird. Like when I heard this, because I didn't know the first. Of course, I don't watch this. Look, I was like, okay, maybe he's just like an effeminate or something like that, or I'm talking about the dude in leather jacket. I was like, because ain't no way an actual jihad person is going to call the next man a sissy. That's just stupid. You're an idiot. And this has nothing to do with your sexual preference. That's just stupid. You say things for shock value, obviously, and you wind up just making, I don't even want to say making an A word of yourself, because your lifestyle, nevertheless, it's strange. It's strange.
they are and analyzing a woman. And who cares? Like, if you're a man, who cares?
See, I don't know. Listen.
All right, this dude.
I don't have a gaydar. I can't tell you all of that. But what I tell you is that the man is short of brilliant. He understands how to get and create content to get attention and to get followers and to become known. There's something about that just inherently as an entertainer that I have to tip my hat to.
I beg to differ. And I'm going to tell you why.
He called himself an entertainer. There's nothing entertaining about this dude. Man, this whole panel is it's just ridiculous.
He does it off the back of black women. Now that I despise, but at the same time, he doesn't have the followers, he doesn't have the viewers, and we're not talking about him because he's doing something bad as an entertainer, period.
There's nothing brilliant about what he's doing. It's shock value. It's the same reason, no shade to my friend T.S. Madison, with her and Kaya.
It's shock value. That's what you're doing. You're trying to use shock value to, what's this? Okay, D-Rock Den. Thanks a lot for the Cash App. Appreciate you. I appreciate all the Cash Apps and Super Chats. Know y'all work hard, and I appreciate everything y'all do. So, here. Let me see if you got a message with it. Hold on. Yeah, it is. So he says, I'm flipping believable. Yes, it is. I was like, and that's why I decided to cover it. I was like, oh, I got to cover this. Because, like, I don't even cover, like, all the haters that Kevin Samuels get. But after that, I was like, what? So he said this for shock value, which is what he's about to talk about now. Talking about Kevin Samuels just do stuff for shock value. No, that's why he's famous and you are wearing that jacket. That's why you're wearing that jacket and he's making, and he's a high value man, making super chat and all that good stuff.
We're getting so many views. It's not that Kaya was brilliant. She was just saying ridiculous stuff out of her mouth, and it was shocking to say he ain't brilliant. He's just saying.
In the landscape of entertainment right now, that is what gets valued, and that is what get viewed. That's what get views. People out here doing stupid shit, especially on reality TV, and we continue to watch and see what more stupid stuff they're going to do the next time around.
I agree.
That's what I
make exception with you, Ken.
That is stupid. A G-hey man calling the next man a sissy is stupid. That's a stupid thing. You act like you're exempt from this rule. You act like you're exempt from this rule. Trying to dress like a professor. You're a professor of stupid.
Brilliant.
That's what
I didn't take exception what you said is brilliant because it's not brilliant. I honestly and truthfully, anybody with nerve can do it.
We're going to take a commercial break, but I'll tell you this. As someone that's in a healthy relationship, I would be more likely to take relationship advice from a man who's in a healthy relationship with a woman, and I can see that he's actually with her.
Okay, look at this dude smirking. Look at this dude smirking to what he just said. The dude on the right. That's a smirk of stupidity. That is a smirk of somebody who's unable to decipher what she just said. She just said, I would rather take advice from a man who's with a woman, meaning only heterosexual opinions matter, is her interpretation. But you think that that's an indictment on him? Basically, she says, not only do your opinion not matter at present, your opinion will never matter ever, unless you get a beard or something. He don't even realize that because he's stupid. Let's continue. Fair use.
And they both saying they happy. Kevin Samuels, how you doing? When I see your relationship.
Okay, fine. Tell me right now, an African-American man that's in a healthy relationship with an African-American female that we are talking about on this show about their greatness.
Okay. So basically, what she's saying is that I will not listen to a man that a woman hasn't endorsed. That's what she's saying. That's how the sisterhood works. And this is their way of silencing black men. A black man needs the endorsement of a sister from the sisterhood, meaning he has to be married to a black woman in order for him to, in order for her to consider his opinion valid. Now, if a black man says something and he's married, then what they do is they attack the black woman for giving the endorsement. Like, I can't believe your wife let you say that. We are going to work to break up this marriage because, she is giving validation to this particular message that works against the sisterhood. All right. Thanks a lot, Michael Ross, for the cash app. Appreciate you, brother. So somebody says, why isn't Kevin Samuels addressing this? Because it's not worth it. Listen. A mosquito bit me the other day. Why? And it don't itch anymore, but it did a little bit for a second, for a while, maybe like 12 hours or so. And it was on like this side of my elbow is where it drew its blood from. And the reason why I didn't make a show about it is because it's unimportant and insignificant. And that is why Kevin Samuels did not make a show about these guys. They are unimportant and insignificant. They are the mosquito on Kevin Samuels' elbow, on the side of his elbow. Not worth mentioning. They're losers. And here's why they're losers. Because they seem to be backed by people. Kevin Samuels bought his own stuff. Like everything he did is not backed by a entity, a business of some sort. He didn't have to go out and get B-list actors and actresses and stuff like that to make it where he is. They had to dig up the archives of the Players Club and Independence Day, to get the has-been people of the world to even make Fox Soul what it is. And it's still less than what Kevin Samuels is. You're losers. It's like a group of you that get together and like, together we are strong. But you're still not stronger than Kevin Samuels is by himself. That's why. And you know it. You know it. It's kind of like jumping somebody and still getting your ass whooped. That's you. That is how awful you are. And you are back. Somebody is bankrolling this crap. Somebody is bankrolling you and they probably are losing money. Some of your videos do worse than mine. You suck. You suck at being a human. You suck at being a nerd. Hold on. You suck at being Jihei, and you suck at being a woman. Y'all suck. And you know it. And you have to wake up every morning like, ooh, this is how much I suck. And he's a constant reminder. He is a constant reminder out there reminding you how much you suck.
Tell me like what?
I'll tell you
at the commercial.
I'll tell you right now. Claudia Jordan and KJ Dismute. We'll be right back after the break. We're gonna take a quick break.
All right. And that's the end of that. All right. So yeah, hit the like button. Let me see where I'm at with the likes. Hold on. Damn it. All right. I told y'all. God damn it. Damn it. What's wrong with y'all? Look. The number of people watching times 0.7. It should be like over 140 likes. It's like 103. It's 236 people watching. Stop watching stuff and not hitting the like button. If you like it, then hit the button. Just hit it. What's wrong with y'all? Y'all just sitting there watching, not hitting the like button, and you're still watching it. What, you don't like it? Don't watch it. But if you watch it, hit the like button. Damn. You hit the bell when you want something. If you go into a hotel and you want somebody to get your luggage and stuff like that, you hit that bell. Hit the button. That's how it works. You hit buttons and stuff happen. You get stuff that you want when you hit buttons. You want like Uber Eats or you want a DoorDash or something, you hit the button. You want to call somebody, you hit a button. You hit the button when you want stuff. Hit it. If you like something, you hit the button. The hell? Man. Watching all this stuff. Thanks for bringing this up, Melody. Man, hit the button. Like 140 people. That's at least. If I was at 200, you know, what are you mad? Are you mad? Are you that little boy that didn't graduate? Are you mad? Was that you? Is that my audience? The boy who didn't graduate and all of his friends? Is that the people who are watching right now? Is that why y'all not hitting the button? Hit the button. It should be, the math says it should be at least 140. Damn it. Man. Man, y'all awful people. All right, let me read some comments. All right, let's see. Yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what they're doing. I mean, they're basically trying to keep the old regime going. You know, this is how they've been making money for a couple of decades now, a few generations. They've been making money on the broken souls of women, creating this illusion of everything is fine when everything obviously isn't fine. Now, what he's doing, what Kevin Samuels is doing is he's telling them, like, listen, you have been sold a bill of goods by people like this. And they're still trying to sell you that bill of goods. When he said that, you know, there's nothing wrong with you, like, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Culturally, there is a lot wrong going on. He wants to perpetuate the lie. I want to see his wife. She says she will only listen to a man, or she should only listen to a man if he is married to a black woman. I want to see the black woman that married that dude. I want to see, hold on, the black woman that married this dude. I want to see that. Because by her logic, his opinion shouldn't matter at this point. Hold on. Claudia hit her peak when she was a model on Deal or No Deal. Okay, so she had a peak, and you know, apparently she's married to a dude. So you know, she cashed in. Why won't she help others? You know, she knew what the right thing to do was and the right time to do it. She knew what the right thing to do was and what the right thing to do is. But let other women try it. Let's see. Sold out like a Fox. I don't even know if like Fox television is really like back. I don't know who's backing this. But this is I tell you, this is a chit show. This is just something. All right. Well, I appreciate you. Yeah, hit the like button. All right, so now y'all responding to me saying that, like, all right, let me see. Would the women on the panel take advice from a black woman? Basically, they don't really take advice from a particular person. What they do is when they hear things that they don't want to hear, they back rationalize why they shouldn't go off of what they want to hear. For example, if Kevin Samuels was up there saying, I love BB, if Kevin Samuels was saying the exact same message that Derek Jackson was saying, then it wouldn't be a big deal. They wouldn't even talk about like divorces or anything like that. Ever notice how Dr. Umar Johnson's marital status never came up? See, they listen to the message and then they back rationalize. Like, you know, okay, should we accept this message? Should we endorse this message? That's what they're doing. At work games, yeah, that's okay. You know, like run to the phone, but yeah, just hit the button. Just when you come in, just do it then. That way, because I know people got to leave the phone and you know they driving or something. But yeah, if you already clicking buttons to get to the show, then click the button while you're there. You know, just right quick and just you know, because sometimes I watch like on the treadmill or something like that. So, yeah. But no, we cool now. We're at 70%. All right, let me see. Fox souls have over set because nobody want to watch this crap. See, what people are doing is they're giving pseudo support. They're not actually in it for the entertainment value. I'm going to repeat that. They're not actually in it for the entertainment value. What they want is to support a system that is pandering to them. That's what they really want. And so what I mean by that is people are subscribing just to boost the numbers for the thing because you don't really have to do anything. But when they see that they're about to air something, they don't want to watch this crap. Look at this. Hold on. This was done today. And how many views it has? Oh, no, that's mine. Hold on. Oh, crap. I clicked out of it. But I'll find out later. I'll find out soon enough. All right. But last time I checked, it had like 30,000 views. Maybe 40, right? And Kevin Samuels get like hundreds of thousands within a day. Maybe even 1 million. That's because you suck. You're offering a product that everybody else has. You know what you are? You're a California weed man. That's what you are. You suck. Those of you who live in California. Have you ever seen a weed man? I mean, you see them from time to time, and I never smoked weed. But sometimes I feel like buying it just out of pure pity. Because that is your plot. That is what you are doing. You are selling what is now a legal substance. Like completely legal for recreational use. Remember one time I was at a Redbox and I smelled it. I was like, because I don't like the smell. And then the cops went by and just walked past the car, you know, because they was in the 7-Eleven parking lot smoking. I was like, dang, it is a new day. So, yeah, like, what can you do? If I smell it, the cops smell it. They just ignored it. That is the world we live in now, and you still selling weed. The old regime don't work. Like legalizing it is the game changer, and you have to adapt. What these people are doing right now, what these foxsoul people are doing right now is they're using the old regime, the old color purple tactics. Tell them that they're perfect just the way they are and sell them on the feel good mentality. That's what everybody is doing. The movie industry, the book industry, the what's it called? Well, you know, TV, reality TV shows, like all of that. The Oprah Winfrey Network, BET, everybody is. I seen a show called Run the World, which I'll probably do a review on that. But you know, everybody is telling them the same message. They're saturated, just like California is saturated with weed and weed. What do you call that? Like apparel. It's not really apparel because I think that's like the shirts and stuff. Like weed and weed accessories. Like you see that in strip malls from time to time here. You could get it pretty much in places. Why are you selling it? What are you giving me that I can't get if I was a weed person in the store? Yeah, in a dispensary. Thank you. Like what like you want any trees? Nigga, what? I'm a grown man with a sweater vest on. No, I don't want any trees. Secondly, you know, if I did, I'd just go to the store. Dude, you might as well be selling Hawaiian Punch. You might as well be walking around asking people if they want to buy Hawaiian Punch, knowing that they could just go to the store and get their own damn Hawaiian Punch. Well, yeah. So somebody says legal weed doesn't hit right. Support your local weed man. I'm willing to bet that these local weed men are getting their weed from the dispensary. I don't know. I never smoked. And I see billboards. You're right. There is something like a DoorDash. I seen it on a billboard for weed. Yeah. They just said delivery, but I think it was like to that particular dispensary. The point is that, dude, find something else, deliver it, work for the company. Like, but you it's an old regime. And that's what foxsoul is. Foxsoul is a new version of an old regime. They came last, like after the Oprah Winfrey Network and everything else that panders to this, you know, black girl rock mentality. They came last. And then they said, I am going to sell people what they have been buying from this particular type of media for years. I'm going to sell the same thing. But it's like, look, it don't work anymore. They're not checking for that anymore. But you're doing this for the same way the dude that sells weed is selling weed. And that is because it's all you know. It's the only skill set that you have, and it worked for you in the past. Sweet Melody Speaks. Thanks for the super sticker, love. Appreciate you. So a cat with fans and stuff. What that is that you offering me the cat? No, I'm joking. Unless you're gonna do it. Nah, but somebody said, let's see. The weed man is like a lemonade stand, but without the support. You know, I won't buy lemonade from a grown ass man when I could get it. Yeah, you could get it from the store. It's weird. I mean, like I could get cookies from the store. Actually, I don't do this. I call me whatever you want. No, I haven't had a chance to see it, K-Dot. Call me whatever you want. I don't buy Girl Scout cookies. And I don't care how cute the girl is. You know, and when I say cute, I'm talking about like kid cute. I don't care, you know, how like, please, mister, don't you want some Girl Scout? No. I don't want your nasty ass cookies. If I want some cookies, I'll just buy me a thing of Oreos or Chips Ahoy or something that's Nabisco. Like there's a whole Nabisco aisle out the store I just came from. I just got out the store and you out trying to sell me some cookies. Look, I just got out the store. If I had like a just like this huge urge for cookies, I would have got it myself. But that's not the reason why I don't mess with Girl Scout cookies. The reason why I don't really mess with Girl Scout cookies like that, because I used to be a Boy Scout. And it pissed me off. And maybe this is maybe that's when I was red pill raged. It pissed me off the amount of work we as Boy Scouts had to do to fundraise. It did, because they do that. So this is how it works. They do that. The Girl Scouts, they sell their cookies, and the proceeds go to, you know, uniforms and activities and, you know, trips and, you know, camping trips or, you know, whatever the Girl Scouts like to do. You know, it funds the local troop. And we like notice there's no Boy Scout cookies. So we had to work for our funds. Like we had to wash cars, we had to mow lawns, and we had to actually go out and sell the tickets. So it was work selling the tickets to the car wash, and then we had to wash the cars. So like my dad and the other adults would wash it, and then the boys would dry it. And it was a lot of hard work. Oakland is hot. You know, people come in and, you know, they paid extra to do the white walls and stuff like that. We had to work. We had to bust our ass, right? But they just had to be cute and sell cookies. So yeah, I was upset at that. I was upset at that whole dynamic, and that's why, as a grown man, I'm like, F those cookies. Mow my lawn, paint my house, do something. So yeah, that's just me. How do we get on this? I don't know, but F foxsoul. That's my way of doing it. So yeah, Kevin Samuels, he did his work. He put his work. Oh no, that's what I was saying. So yeah, it's the old regime. They're doing things the old way, hoping for the same result. But now women are looking at it intelligently. The women that call Kevin Samuels, they're looking at it in an intelligent perspective. And what they're saying is, they're saying, listen, we tried the old way. We tried the old way. This whole Alice Walker, Zora Neale Hurston, we tried this. We tried the Black feminist route. We tried the, you know, false sense of Black girls rock and blah, blah, blah. We tried all of this, and we are still unhappy in our individual lives. We tried the illusion of happiness, but reality is going to kick in eventually. We tried that. It didn't work. You know, let's try something real. And that is where the collective, and good for them, Black women were sold a bill of goods by every possible source you can imagine. So good for them for coming out of this stupor that they've been in for the past several decades. And now they're like, okay, I have to get rid of the old way of thinking, the old regime that has not been beneficial to me. Where do I go from here? And that's where Kevin Samuels comes in. They're like, okay, I'm not going to listen to these chicks that's just telling me what I want to hear, you know, or these G-Hays that's just telling me, you know, what they think I want to hear. But I need somebody to listen to. And that's Kevin Samuels. And he's like, okay, this is where you're at. This is what you can do with where you are at now. And sometimes that news is not going to be pretty, but that's why he's better than you. And by you, I'm talking about these Claudia Jordans and whoever, what was it? Funky Diva or something like that. And the dude with the sweater. Like, that's why he's better than them. because he has a new message. I don't know what the new hot drug is. You know, what is it like? I don't know what do young people do? Help me out. You know, whatever, you know, he's like that dealer and y'all still selling weed in California. That's why he wins and you lose. It's as simple as that. But people are going to stop by just to, you know, give y'all some, oh, I need more likes. You get like 10 more. People are going to come by just with intentions to, you know, support the old regime, because there are so many who want to keep the old ways because it's all you have. You know, it's kind of like yeah, like the people who sell weed. Like, I've been selling weed for so long that I don't know what else to do. And the only people who are doing it is doing it out of pity, like, or, you know, buying it from you is doing it out of pity. Like, you know, like I consider doing, like, hey, I don't even want weed, you know. But yeah, they're just comfortable in their ways. All right. I was going to try to stretch this out to 1:30, but I'm going to close down like 10 minutes early. So, yeah, with that, I would like to thank the Cash Apps. Oh, wait a minute. Let me read this other one. Still selling 3 DVDs for $10. Oh, gosh, that was never really a good thing. That was never really a good thing. Okay, so he says still selling 3 DVDs for $10. Bootleg DVDs on the corner type of struggling. That was never a good thing. Like people say like the streaming put them out of business, but it was never really a good business. I mean, because we can get it like from the same source you get it. Like, you know, we could get those DVDs from the same source. By the way, thanks for the super chat. All the time. Like, but yeah, sometimes I'll do it really out of pity. I kid you not, really out of pity, I would like give them a bone or something like that. And I didn't even like those movies. You know, like the ones, and these were, so for those of you who are younger, back in the day, they had some jackasses. Because it's a jackass thing to do. This isn't me insulting them because of their career path. This is me just an assessment. It's a jackass thing to do to take a video camera into a movie theater and make a movie of the movie, essentially, and then sell it on the street 3 for $10. Or put it online so people could come and load it from you, and then you sell it on the street to other people. It's a jackass thing to do. But people did it. And now that I think about it, like the person who actually is recording it with their camera, it couldn't have been much money in it for them. They probably did it just for like street credibility or something, or to initiate into something. So that's bad. And then the guy is selling it on the street 3 for $10. And yeah, that's the price. They'll say 2 for $5 or 3 for $10. And I'm like, and it boggled my mind because they would do it outside of a store. Like a corner store or bodega. I think that's what they call it on the East Coast. But they do it outside of a store, and it just baffled me. Why don't they just work at the store? Like, why not just work at whatever store? Like, if you're doing it outside of a 7-Eleven, then why not just ask the 7-Eleven for a job? Because I don't think you sell that many. Like, I don't think that maybe in an hour you sell it to one person, which is like $10 an hour. But just, you know, work at a place that makes $10 an hour. Like minimum wage here is $15 an hour. And it's legal. You just make a legal $15 an hour. And I'm not even talking about like how I had to make my minimum wage as a younger man working at Burger King. Nope. You could be security and you would be doing the exact same thing. You would be doing an exact same thing. You would be standing there at the corner of a store. But you just have a uniform on. I think that there's a prestige, or there is a sense of independence because you are working for yourself, you know, and I can understand that there's a thrill with that. And there's also like, you know, it's unlimited potential in their mind, meaning that somebody could come and say, I want $1,000 worth of copied DVDs. Like, I get that, but it's not really feasible. So yeah, that's just, and I'm not insulting anybody because they're not doing it anymore. That's pretty much over. You know, I hope it's over because everything is streamed now. All right. What was I doing? Oh yeah, let me get the link to movie night. So I'm gonna put it out there. Yeah, I do movie night every week. And this week's movie, what did I say? Did I say A Thin Line Between Love and Hate? Hold on. I sent it to somebody. Let's see. Ah, crap. I could have swore I sent it to somebody. All right. Give me a second, y'all. All right. So here, I'm going to put it in the description field of this show. I don't have the link right now, but I'm gonna put it in the description field of this show, and you'll be able to come and get it from, or I'm gonna put it in the chat room on the show, and you'll be able to come and get it from here. But yeah, oh yeah, I probably do Hustle and Flow soon. All right. Oh wait, let me see. Oh no, here it is, right here. All right, there we go. The movie this week is A Thin Line Between Love and Hate. We'll be giving a red pill perspective of that. That is today at 3:30 PST, 6:30 EST. Hope to see y'all there. Outside of that, I'd like to thank the Cash Apps and Super Chats, managers and moderators, those who are listening silently, and those who participate in the chat. Make sure you hit that like button on your way out. And remember, this is Game Changer 00100. Game over. Peace.